baptism and what it...
That's weird. I look horrible. Look at my eyes. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's horrible. That's okay, you know why? Well, no, it's not really okay, but get rid of that with makeup. Too bad I couldn't apply some makeup. Ooh, I got a contour brush. You know what I could do is I could contour my face to look like I've gained weight. Good idea, right? Thought so too. I'm going to change around wrenches. I'm letting you guys know right now. I don't want anybody getting mad at me. So, I look horrible. I didn't take a shower yesterday. Not that that's any of your business. I am upholding my vow of celibacy. Guys, I'm doing good. Yeah, on that one thing, I'm doing good. I'm glad nobody's here, so we'll talk about the most embarrassing stuff first, because I'm all by myself. I'm doing great, holding up my vow of celibacy. I love you, Heavenly Father, so much. All praise, glory, and worship to you, Vav. I better say this quick before any more people come in. But no, honestly, I've been doing good, holding up my vow of celibacy. The past 2 mornings, I had bad IBS attacks. Probably from eating strawberries right before I go to sleep. But when I've had these pain attacks, I've gone to Heavenly Abba about it. I haven't done anything bad. I lost my 2 viewers. I probably alienated them. I wasn't trying to alienate them. I was trying to just say, you know, I had IBS attacks and I got through it with flying colors. Because you guys know I'm transparent, and this goes all the way back to December, and I'm really not trying to blatantly say it. So just use your imagination as to what I'm getting at. So I dealt with my pain through Heavenly Abba, and I didn't break any commandments, and I feel pretty good about that. However, I'm still struggling with other things. I get one thing right and 5 other things fall apart. Had to expect that this was coming. Do you guys know what this is? Wake up. Do you know what this is? Huh. I lost all my viewers. They're probably mad at me because of the posts I put up. And you know what? I just don't care anymore. I really don't. I've had it. You know, when you get pushed around so much, it's like, you know what, guys? I don't care if That's the word. I don't care if I napalm. In fact, I'm pretty damn good at napalming my own life and destroying myself and sabotaging myself and wrecking my life and everything in it. But I'm just sick and tired of being sick and tired. I mean, this is a lot. I bit off more than I can chew by waking up from Ultra. Waking up from MK Ultra has been the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. And it's also the one thing that has completely destroyed my life, too. There is no, I think, King, I call him King. I think King Kieran Lee Perrin, and if he's not a king, he should be. I'm grateful for him giving me helping hands through the deprogramming process. Look at that, 4 minutes and 44 seconds. I saw it, Abba. And for Yeshua and Holy Spirit. And the kingdom of heaven. So, Anyway, I don't really have too much to talk about. My house is put back together. Except for my kitchen. You want to see how my house actually still kind of looks all right. And it's been nothing but messy the past year. I've been a mess. 2021, I have to say, was a rough year for me. Really rough year for me, come to think of it. It was actually a bad year for me. You know, I had company, and my company even said to me, Holly, you know, you really had a bad 2021. The famous musician, that allergy attack up at Sky High. Then what Reggie did. And then HTV was targeted by another congregant of the same ministry. And that really put me under. And I was doxxed. The gang stalkers that live around here gave away my home location. In 2021, I lost 20 pounds due to TMJ. It started at the deli, but then it went to the squatter and gang stalkers harassing me and chasing me around my own property and making me a prisoner in my own home. And then it went from TMJ straight down the gutter into a migraine headache. So I'm down to 104 pounds. I had stepped on a scale and the other scale said 108 a few weeks later, but I haven't really been eating or taking care of myself. So those 4 pounds that I gained, I can pretty much tell you I've already lost them, because there's times I've been hungry and my stomach growled really loud and I didn't eat. And my body did tell me, you're losing pounds for this one, Hall. You can take 2 pounds off your weight for this. You're going to see it in the morning. You want to see my house? I had company. It was so great. And then the second they left, crash. It's not their fault. I was so happy when they came and so sad when they left. I've spent the past 7, 8 years behind the computer, 25 hours a day, 8 days a week. Even when I say I'm not, well, there's times that I work and I apply myself, and then there's been times that I'm on the internet, but I'm not doing anything productive like this video. And I'll sit here chewing everybody's ear off for 8, 9 hours, but I won't answer Facebook messages or my emails or anything else. I have to get better with that. I tend to run, hide, and cower, and I don't want people to see me. And as soon as I say that, look, you're looking at me right now in a video. Gotta love the MK Ultra. Double-mindedness. I don't like to be double-minded. Double-mindedness does not only apply to MK Ultra survivors, it does apply to other people. And the Bible talks about double-minded. But if people are looking up, trying to look for Bible verses regarding MK Ultra, look up what I just said, that word that I forget, because I just saw Greta pop up. You've been on my mind, Greta. You make me so happy, Greta. I love you so much. You're like my top favorite. You're like the top favorite over all my other favorites, to be honest. So, what was I saying? Double-mindedness. So if there's an MK Ultra mind control survivor and you think that you've been a part or exposed or subjected to mind control projects, even if you were in a cult or a coven, they still use these mind control techniques, then in the Bible look up double-mindedness. Because MK Ultra could definitely applies to the double-mindedness. Look at my altars. I have 169. That's 169 different opinions. I blow away that double-mindedness. It's more like 169 double-minded. You know? And I hate that about myself. I don't like it. My company, as you know, I have my medicinal cannabis license. I want to go back to the doctor and speak with her. I don't know how to work my prescription. Good morning, beautiful. Oh, see, now you're coming up with new nicknames. I was thinking about you too, Amanda, right before I started this. I'm happy to see you. And I like the way you speak too. When you talk, I like how you speak. I don't talk good. Like I steal my friends' words. Like when my friends articulate themselves, I end up stealing their words and adding it into my vocabulary. I did it with Rita when she was here. I was so sad to see her and the girls go. I wanted to hang out with her daughters too. Oh my God. Amanda, talk about beautiful. Well, I can't show you pictures, and I didn't take any anyway because she has daughters, and I want to protect her daughters. I love them. I'm their bigger sister. They don't have a choice in that. Oh, talk about beautiful, Amanda. Oh my God, her daughters are like knockouts and talented and crafty, so smart, so heartfelt. Oh my God, Amanda. They're gorgeous. Their hair. Oh my God, I want their hair. Their hair's like, the one girl's is down here, and it's all one length, thick, dark, wavy hair. The other one has blonde hair, and hers goes all the way down to, I think, past her butt. Oh my goodness. It was so great to sit and eat with them. But see, I'm on the computer all the time, and it has definitely worked against me. And that's what I meant to say earlier, was that I don't have that face-to-face human interaction, and I see the damage that it's done in my life. Guys, I have to, if I were to give you advice, I would give somebody the advice that don't remove yourself so much from society that you're living like me and it's working against you. And the only interaction you get is through your electronics. You gotta have other people out there that you can visit, you can see, you can go bowling with, fishing with, stuff like that. Don't isolate yourself. I've withdrawn, and I have isolated myself to the extreme extent. Now, I also understand and appreciate that Heavenly Abba sets us aside, right, guys? He sets us aside. Hey, Greta, who was in my chat room last night when I was running around making that video for Seva? They said, thank you, Holly, but I was making the video and I didn't acknowledge that person. Do you remember who it was? I'll go back through the video and find out. That way I can, like, maybe acknowledge them, because I didn't want to be rude, but I was thinking about Seva, and that's why I made the video, because I can't look for her anymore. I moved my family photos, so anyway, it's worked against me, guys. It has. And the family I made, we're down a member. But yeah, so I used to have it way high up on that wall. No. Now I have it eye level, right in front of me. So I'll be constantly walking past it and looking at it. It's much better being there than over there. So yeah, I got my living room together. Play dead. Don't move. He moved. Grand Rising, Yeshua blessings to you too. How are you? Inside and out. They do. Hey, Amanda, you speaking out? No, I like how you talk. You know what? I think I may have found what helps me sleep. And look at this. Look at this. Da, 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 da. Yay! I'm using my bug net. No, I didn't make my bed. Look at that. It's messy. And there's like a saying, like, you should wake up in the mornings and always make your bed. There was some Navy guy who gave a big speech, and he mentioned about making your bed when you wake up in the morning. But anyway, so little Miss Sava won't be ripping any more holes in it. But anyway, hang on. Now that I'm talking about making my bed, I gotta make my bed. All right, almost done. I don't really do it too neat because I'm just gonna get back into it in a couple hours, but at least to have everything ready for when I do. All right. I guess I was planning on coming back to bed. All right, now I can start my day. Got the bed made. And Keeper's bed. But yeah, I got to use my bug net last night. My little cocoon. I slept so good. Oh, here's what I wanted to tell you about that whole sleep thing. There was something. Yeah, don't move. That's what Keeper did to my company, was lay in the way the whole time. She'd sit in the middle of the floor and then start barking. Boy, oh boy. And then she'd lay, and my company was so nice because they didn't want to step on her, but she wouldn't move. She just like that, but in the middle of the kitchen. Oh, and this thing, I'm going to have to get rid of it because Keeper, if you use this on Keeper, when she's done chasing the laser, she will jump up and nip your hand. Not hard. She's playing, but yeah, Sava never figured it out. Keeper figured it out. It's me. And because I get laughing so hard the way Keeper reacts with this thing, I think Keeper feels like I'm teasing her. So yeah, there will be none of this with Keeper. But this is what I wanted to say. This was donated to Sava. But in the end, I couldn't use it for Sava because there's cetyl alcohol. And you cannot give cats alcohol, period. Anything made with alcohol, you can't give it to them. Good morning, Russian sun. Oh, focus always on her, right? She's spoiled, Amanda. So the other night, I tried this, and then I took 3 of those. 9 milligrams of melatonin and a dropper of that. You know what, Amanda? I slept 7 hours straight. Do you know how long it's been since I have slept 7 hours straight? It's been years. It's been so long that I'm scared my body forgot how to sleep for that long and not wake up and sleep solid for 8 hours. Well, I didn't sleep for 8 hours, but my body hasn't slept for 8 hours in so many years long that I think I'm scared my body will forget how to function if it were to sleep that long. I think it'd be like, wait, I forget how to wake up. Like, I really think my body would just forget how to wake up or how to stay asleep that long. But yeah, the other night, not last night, because I forgot to take it last night. I had a bad afternoon. My emotions were all over the place and haywire, and I did the best I could do. And deprogramming is never pretty. And I'm having trouble, guys. I'm still definitely battling nicotine. I didn't smoke any cigarettes when my company was here. I did have my vape pen, but I was honest with my company. And I said, listen, I go outside. Now I know I got the vape pen on me, but there's no THC in it. And I go outside, like so when I'm walking Keeper. I can't, if I smoke in my house, which I have done, I cheated yesterday. Ooh, that's not good. My closet door's open. How did that open? Do you guys remember that open at the beginning of the video when I was making my bed? Could somebody please tell me? Good morning, Bonnie. How are you? I love you, sweetie. No, I'm dead serious. Was that door open or closed when I was making my bed? I can't rewind the video right now, but I'm curious to know if that door was open or not. Thank you, Amanda. So I got my house put back together. But yesterday I crashed and burned. Oh, yes, I did. I totally crashed and burned. I had no self-discipline, no self-control. Went out, flying out the window. I'm going to be honest. And I totally flopped. My company left. I smoked a few cigarettes. As far as my medicinal cannabis, I used my dropper, the gummies, and I didn't smoke. Oh my gosh. I opened up my cooler to get out my droppers. The aroma that came out went all through the living room, and I was like, oh my God, guys, I didn't mean for you to... Okay, I have to use it, but I'm not smoking it. I'm not trying to do it in front of you, but I had to grab my droppers because if we're going to the store and walking around, I'm always in pain. And the pain gets on top of me and I get squirmy. And the only thing I can focus on is I got to get my medicine. I got to get out of pain. I got to get out of pain. I got to get out of pain. Now, there's sometimes when I'm in pain and I'm like, I got this. I can deal with this. It's nothing. Why is my cell phone buzzing? Oh, thank you, Grand Rising. Shh. Thank you so much for doing that, Grand Rising. I deeply appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I'm worried because when my company was here, I said, you know what? You know about the demonic attack back in December, right? Well, even going back 7 years ago, because December was also my 7-year anniversary with Yeshua, I said 7 years prior, it was just Save a Keeper and I. Then for my 7-year anniversary, it was Bridge, Save a Keeper, and I, and Bridge was my witness to Yeshua. But now you're here. So now you're here face to face. Will you pray with me for all of that work that we did in December in the past? But I think you're in agreement with the work that Bridge and I did. I said, Rita, will you pray with me for my house? Because you're here in person. I don't have that luxury, and it's a luxury, and since you're here, I want to seize it. And will you pray for the work I did? And also, will you look around the house and tell me what you think? And just, you're here in person, so now this is like final. You know, it's definitely a process. But that was huge for me to have someone actually here in person, because she can reach out, lay hands on me. She can reach out, walk in my bedroom and look in the closet, right? So, oh, it was magnificent. All praise, love, worship, and glory to you, Heavenly Abba, for making this possible. Oh my God, and they're such good cooks. And they left me the leftovers. Ha 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 ha. I'm getting their recipe. I was taking notes too about their vitamins, because I'm like, I'm taking your guys' vitamins because I want hair like your daughter's. Yep. Yep. Apple cider vinegar for hair conditioner, boron water for hair and body washing. Okay, in the morning they get water, a big glass of water, because I try to drink 2 glasses of water. I've been drinking it with Kratom, but Kratom dehydrates, and it's not good. I usually honestly I try to wake up and have 2 glasses of water when I wake up, because I'm so parched, even though I don't take Benadryl or anything usually to sleep. Oh, that's another thing. Guys, I don't know. I was trying to run this past Rita. You know how I have my water in the fridge, right? Oh man, it's ice cold. It's pretty much the only way I can drink water. Well, in the morning when a person wakes up, your body's 98.6 degrees, you're warm, right? Apparently your body functions best when it's warm like that. But here I come in the morning, I wake up, run and go get my ice cold water and gulp it down, splashing all over the place, getting it all over the floor, no manners, complete slob, because I'm a bachelorette and who cares? And plus it's only water. So, yeah, just the waterfall in my mouth. Well, that ice cold water, I'll get to my chat room in a second. I'm sorry. Well, when you drink that cold water like that, it makes your body cold. And now your body's not 98.6 degrees anymore, and it makes it cold. I guess when you make your body cold like that, it doesn't work as good. Oh, what this is? Apparently, there's lead in our water, so the town has to do work on my pipes. Interesting, right? What does it matter? Who cares? It's apparently the pipes that go. Leave the lead alone. At this point, I want it because it'll protect me. Because now I know where the lead pipe is and I can go and lay next to it and hope that my brain doesn't fry with all of this crap that they're doing. I want a lead blanket. I really do. That will protect me from all waves. A lead blanket, wrap yourself up in that. Yeah, you'd feel normal. You wouldn't have all the ELF, EMF, and scalar waves and everything else that they got flying around. Sonar. So anyway, there's sonar waves. So I guess when you drink that cold water, it slows your system down and it doesn't function as good. Oh, here I am. But I only drink it when it's ice cold. So anyway, let me get back to their vitamins and stuff. Good morning, Brian. Hey, Whitney, good morning. Thanks again for checking Grand Rising, because I got spooked too. Yeah, me too. It was so nice. Thank you, Whitney. I appreciate it. Yeah. Once my company left, I went a little haywire. My emotions didn't help. And I'm sorry for my bad posts. But I'd rather, write in my diary a bad post than to, lash out on any of my friends. So I'd rather make myself look bad in my diary than to lash out on somebody else. I was sure not to join any live streams. I was in that bad of a mood that I knew if I joined any live streams, I would probably get in an argument with somebody. And I'd probably most likely be dead wrong about what I was arguing about. But see, I'd only be arguing to argue and to fight. And so I just stayed on my posts and made a mess of my posts and yelled in my posts. So that way I wasn't yelling at anybody else or lashing out. And this morning, yes, I want to go back through my page and take down my bad posts. But at least I don't have to put my tail between my legs and go back and apologize to somebody because I spoke to them mean. Coconut water, he doesn't forsake us. Thank you, Grand Rising. I'm really humbled. I can handle anything. Most in doubt, I'm here if you need to vent. Thank you, Amanda. But I'm just worried because I get in those moods, Amanda, and they're not pretty. And like I said, I'll argue just to argue, even if I know I'm dead wrong. And I'll even tell you, yeah, I know I'm dead wrong, but put them on. Let's, you know, I don't like that. So, you like my leopard prints? So, oh, here, that's what we were talking about. So in the morning they have a huge container of water. They put apple cider vinegar in it. And then she takes a whole entire lemon, you know, cleans it, of course. But then she grinds it up. She just takes a whole lemon, grinds the whole entire lemon up, the seeds, and especially the lemon peel, because that's where all the good stuff is actually in the peel. And she puts in sweetener because she doesn't do the sugar. So she'll have that, like, so basically, huge tall thing of water with apple cider vinegar in it. And she gets this whole lemon mashed up. And she adds not the whole lemon to the water, but she'll take whatever amount of that whole mashed up lemon and add it, however much she wants, she'll add it to the water. She gave me no certain measurements. She said malabsorption shakes would be good to gain and maintain weight. Diatomaceous earth is really good. So what she does is she gets in water edible diatomaceous earth and Celtic sea salt, and she puts them together, and she drinks that as well. But that, I think she puts that in a smaller glass and kind of does it as a shotty. She does cod liver oil, she takes iron, she takes D, A, K vitamins, and she takes iodine. I'm like, I gotta write this down. If I don't write it down, I'm not remembering. And also, even if I do write it down, it doesn't mean it's going to get done. It's that I'll always remember that I'm supposed to do it. So, yesterday was February 22nd, 2022. Rest in peace, Max Spears. Rita's routine. I'm stealing it from her. It's so good to see her. That's what I lack, is that the face-to-face, the in-person stuff. And I'm awkward, too. It was cool, though. While we were here, we had a Kids in the Cage meeting. We did. And that was really cool, because Rita was here in person. I almost fell asleep on her. Good morning, Susan. How are you, honey? You're sleepy? Oh, yeah, go back to bed, honey. It's way too early for you. I'm glad you stopped in. HH, good morning. Huntress, how are you, honey? I take that stuff, too. Makes me feel decent. Really? Cool, Whitney. Thank you. Just keep in mind, also vinegar also melts fat, spicy, speeds the metabolism, so does cinnamon. You know, when I used the apple cider vinegar, really it was when I came off all of my prescriptions. I was using a quarter or half a cup of apple cider vinegar in the morning and in the evening. You ever drink that stuff straight? Oh my God, don't do it. Oh, it's awful. And it burns your stomach. You got to dilute it somehow. But anyway, I was using apple cider vinegar to cleanse my system from all of those prescription pills to get them out. May you be well and happy looking in on your son. I second that, Susan. Do you ever come down to I had a chance to go down to South Carolina just recently, like yesterday, but I couldn't make it. Hey, Tobus, how are you? You love raw vinegar, burns. I use raw honey, helps. Okay, thank you, Whitney. ACV with water, lemon, honey, and Really? You guys always give me the best advice. It's called cholecalciferol. It is the ingredient. I lived in York, South Carolina. I had moved down in 2015 to start over because I'd woken up from MK Ultra and I was like, maybe a new atmosphere, everything new would be good. And I moved down with my friend Pete because he had a big house. So I split the other half with him. So I knew someone, but things didn't work out. And 2 months later, my attorney called me up and he said, Holly, come back to Jersey. So I was like, on my way. See you next week when I get my check. Oh, if you do come this way. I would love to meet you too, Whitney. Definitely. If I do travel, I will let you know where I'm going. Where and when. Tried to get up early, not succeeding. I'll switch sleep schedules with you, Sarah. You'll be up at 5, 6 in the morning. Yeah, Amanda, only one morning did I sleep in. I slept in, I think, till like 7 or 8, which is not normal for me, or 8, and that's because I used a dropper of that, and then I took 9 milligrams of melatonin, but I also want to get valerian root. I think it's asparagus, or is it celery? That's supposed to help you sleep. Natural vitamin D in the dessert. But I wanted to come down. I wanted to go to Philadelphia, then South Carolina, and then Georgia as a final destination. But I don't have the finance, I don't have the provisions. And my car's not going to make it. My car is old now, so if I want to go anywhere, I have to rent a car. And you know the fiasco for that, right? You got to make sure your electric bill is paid, which mine isn't. Well, as of this month, it's not going to be paid. And then you have to have $300 as a deposit for the rental car. And on rental cars, you can't let pets travel with you. Yeah, okay. I remember when I first moved here. Oh, it's my 2-year anniversary yesterday being here. Or was it February 20th? I think it was February 20th. That's really when I got in here. But it wasn't until February 22nd that I woke up and I had all of my possessions and me all here back in New Jersey. So that's why I think I celebrate the 22nd, because that morning I woke up, I'm like, I got my possessions out of storage from Germantown, Maryland. I got everything back in one place. I'm set to go. Even had a boyfriend. That didn't last long. I'm glad. Boy, that I really enjoy having my vow of celibacy. Like, I think people have a weird perception of it, but I really like it. I really like giving myself that respect. But more than that, I would get, and it happened. I got seeing someone and I laid it out on the table what I was about, who I am, and my intention with him. I put it all on the table. Oh, I got something for you. Fat, bald guys, too. Hang on a second. I know everybody's like, oh, did you hear what she said? I'm unsubscribing her. Yeah, just hang on and let me explain for a minute. But anyway, so let me finish with this story and I'll get to the fat, bald guys. So I get dating the person. They say they're in agreement with my intentions with them and the relationship and where it's headed and everything else. But anyway, so about a month into it, I kid you not, I was listening to Justin and Wes Fall, F-A-U-L-L. It was right at the beginning of the lockdown. I was on the road. Of course I was on the road. Are you kidding me? No one else was. perfect driving conditions. You bet your bottom dollar I was on him. Meanwhile, the famous musician, he's like, oh no, Holly, you got to be in at 8 o'clock. I was like, get out of here in at 8 o'clock. All right, how about this? I'll come pick you up, right? Because you're chicken shit. I'll come pick you up and I'll bring my ordainment card. And if anybody has a problem, I'll just say, I'm on a mission from God. They'll let me go. Or I'll just start coughing and they'll be scared to death it's COVID. So we're good. What do I care if there's a lockdown? I need something at Wawa at 2 a.m. I'm marching my tuchus out and going to get it. You're not stopping me. You're not telling me no. I mean, you can, but it ain't going to work. You can tell me yes all you want. I'm going to do what I want to do, and that's it. God even knows that. That's why I'm surprised he chose me. He picked me. There's chosen, there's called, and there's followers. He chose me. Why? I don't know, but I do seriously love him. I love him with all my being. And I do want to serve him with all my being. But I'm stubborn. And I don't make any excuse for it. Other people think, oh, well, I'll tame her. I'll get that Holly under my thumb. We'll fix her wagon. We'll get her, Cam. We'll get her, Cam. No, you won't. Good luck trying. I'm that one wild horse you will never succeed with. Trust me, many, many better people have tried before you. So anyway, so it was about a month into the relationship, and I'm listening to Justin and Westfall, and I'm scrubbing down my walls, cleaning the house, because I just moved in. It was a disaster. And I remember scrubbing down the walls with water and vinegar and saying, Heavenly Abba, will you please get me out of this relationship with this musician dude? It's wrong. All of it is wrong. I want to go back to my vow of celibacy. I want the time under my belt where I've not been touched and that I've been completely left alone, even from myself left alone. But Abba, I want to go back to my vow of celibacy. Get me out. I know I got me in, but can you get me out? My altar said, If Abba gets you out, that takes care of we'd have no free will if he got you out. So my altar said, don't worry, Holly. I know all about napalming your life. Let me handle it. And she did. She got me out. Being an addict takes a lot more for anything to affect me. Oh my goodness, Amanda. So anyway, so the fat bald guys, let me get to that story. This is a good one, I think. Don't worry, fat bald guys, there's a happy ending for you in this one. I'm serious. My altar, she's reintegrated, but I nicknamed her Captain Happy Endings because if she landed the aircraft, yeah, that was a happy ending to that flight. Everybody else, though, is saying Captain Happy Endings. Oh, that's a sexual nickname. I know what that means, Holly. Actually, no, you don't. Get your head out of the gutter. I used to pilot these aircraft. So anyway, 2017. Okay, came public 2016. 2017, I'm getting pummeled. I'm getting my tuchus handed to me on a gold platter from haters, trolls, unbelievers, or people that just downright flat did not like. And they were trolling me to the nth degree, and I had no idea what I was doing on the internet, and I didn't have a thick skin, and they really trolled me, and they got me good, and they got me with my own videos too. Yes, there were a few times that I showed up on the internet drinking beer, and I was making sailors blush. But see, I'm like that. I'm going to show you my true colors. Why would I hide? So anyway, I'd done this one video, and of course I start running my mouth, and I get myself in hot water. And I forget exactly what was going on at the time. But I was talking about the trolls. And I was like, yeah, They're giving me a hard time because of my hat collection. They're giving me a hard time because I'm skinny. But they're probably some fat, ugly, nasty, bald guy sitting on the other side of the computer giving me a hard time. But really, they're probably crushing on me. But they're fat and ugly. Well, so under the, I don't think that video is still up, and this is going back so many years, I wouldn't even know where to find it. So I get done with the video, and underneath a guy leaves a comment. He's like, "That's why you're single. Listen, you're never going to get a good guy because the good guys are fat and bald, but you just put them down and you won't give a fat, bald guy a chance. That's why you're always getting stuck with these mean guys that beat you up." He said something to that effect. And like an idiot, think. He was right. I didn't know him from a hole in the wall, but he was right because I got back together with the cute guy, and all he did was collapse my lung and break my cheek. So I'm a fat old guy. But this guy was like, "Yeah, that's why you never have a nice boyfriend, because you don't give the fat bald guys a chance. You just look at the outside." I knew he was right. I wasn't going to tell him that. So I think I blocked him, took down his comment. Well, anyway, so, yeah, I guess I've been superficial in my life. But I have dated really fat guys. Really fat guys. There was this one guy, I don't even know how much he weighed, but he was big. A little bit too big. And the reason why is he was just eating fast food all the time, like living on it. I mean, he was always big boned anyway, but he just, on that fast food, I was like, "You gotta stop eating that. You're killing yourself. Look at yourself." Well, anyway, so when I got my medicinal cannabis card, I go into the dispensary. And right off the bat, what happened about the video I said with the guy, lead protection from 5G, small man syndrome. It's the heart that counts. Yes, Greta, you're right. It's not the outside that counts. It's really not the outside. I agree. Say many are thinking, but won't dare to say. Right, Whitney? Hey, but they got no problem saying it to me most of the time, so you see the Christian community, how they serve me my ass on a platter? Anyway, size. Oh yeah, you know what? You know what I want to say now and say to my ex? Dude, I totally lied. Size does matter. It really matters. And no matter, I'm going to have to stop right there. I'm going to have to stop right there. But yeah. And yes, dude, you have all reason for concern. That's what I want to tell my ex. Yes, you have major reason for concern. Okay, dude? Size matters. Yeah, and you got major reason for concern. See, I said it better the second time. So let's get back to fat, bald men, right? So my very first time I go walking in the dispensary, and what hits is, and I look at who's behind the counter, and what hits me is this comment from way back in 2017, what this guy said. So I go up to the counter and I'm talking, and the second person walks around, and there I am checking them out. First of all, I'm looking at the finger, no wedding bands, so I know it's okay to look. So I start checking out the guys, and I'm thinking, man, you know, I wish I knew who said that so I could come back and say to him, dude, in all honesty, I'm not attracted to that thin, good-looking guy anymore like I always used to date. You know, the tall, thin man. Yeah, I don't like them. I actually, honestly, like the heavier set guys, the bigger guys. So anyway, I'm standing at the counter and the guy that's helping me, his wrists must have been the size of my ankle. I kid you not, right? Size of my ankle. That must have been his wrists. Big guy, could be a bouncer. And he had the little beach ball belly. Not too big, but he had I thought he was the cutest thing in there. And yes, he was bald. The second person, he wasn't, but he was too short. So, yes, size does matter. If you're too short, I don't want to date a guy where, you know, if I got my arm around him, my shoulders hitting his chin. I want a tall one. But in all honesty, look, even Keeper agrees with me. In all honesty, I have to say, I like a bigger man, heavier set. I don't like the tall, scrawny, skinny, slender guys. I really don't. I like them with meat. I like them with a lot of meat on their bones. I wasn't talking about height. I know you weren't talking about height, Tobis. There's so many things I wish I said to my ex. Number one, the truth. And at the time, yeah, dude, you should be concerned. There's nothing you can do about it either. And now I'm always going to know. You're was everybody on HTV. It's a good thing I don't use names. Now, the famous musician, he was pudgy. I liked him. I liked his build because he was like bigger boned, and pudgy. He wasn't like slender or fit or anything like that. So yeah, I guess I do. In all honesty, when I go out, what catches my eye, in all honesty, is bigger guys. And yeah, that dude back in 2017 was right. I knew he was. But in the end, you know what really catches my eye, to be honest, is the fatter, bigger men. Preferably not bald, but I love them anyway. I got a hat collection. I mean, look at my mop. I'm not exactly Miss Perfection myself. But then again, I agree with King Karen Lee Perrin. I don't think super soldiers can have relationships. I mean, with the two people that I did try, well, that's not true. There were three people. But over the past 7 years, I tried to have a relationship, and it's not going to work. It's just not going to work. First, one guy doesn't know anything about MK Ultra. Second guy, and I was in love with him, and he was a good worker, great craftsmanship, really smart, really intelligent, like incredible person. Like, I'm surprised he's not married. He must be the last good guy on the earth that's not taken already. No, I'm not going for him. The other guy, he was just stupid. And then the last one, it's just not going to work. The last one thought it was cute. Oh, Holly's the next super soldier. Can we pull forward your altars? Oh yeah, I don't like that altar. I ain't talking to you. Get out of here with that crap. Oh, I don't like that altar. That altar's bland. Oh, that altar's mean. Oh, that altar fights. I'm not talking to you when these altars are forward. Hey, you just made an enemy out of me. Everything the famous musician said and everything the ex that collapsed my lung always alienated me. And it's like, how could you really? God, get me out. My altars are like, no, I'm going to get you out, Hall. Don't you worry. I'll think of something. About 5 minutes will be taken care of, Hall. Let me lash out on him. He'll never talk to you again. It's been a long day. I'll shut up. Don't shut up, Tobis. I have no problem with my... There's a lot more I'd like to say, but I'm the one that's got to shut up. Bald, fat guys, try harder. Felt I'm meant to be alone even when I want to be with another. Me too, Amanda. I feel like I'm meant to be alone even though, yeah, I want my other half. Yeshua is my other half. He's my golden bow. Oh my God, that was Keeper. Why am I like easily startled? Because I don't know. When my friend was praying for me, I don't know. I thought maybe it was because I was tired, but I don't think so because I saw like the air sparkly, and that's an angel of light, aka demon. And they come to me like that now. But anyway, oh, that's what I wanted to say. I felt at one point like something was choking me, and I felt like something was right up on me trying to scare me, but I couldn't really see anything. I couldn't feel an actual touch. Ooh, I did smell something. We had come in before that happened, because it was at night. We had gone out to the store, and when we came in, let me rewind, let me backtrack. I'm getting my days confused. It doesn't matter what day it was, I'll just tell the story. All right, so we had gone to the store and we come in, and I'm walking through my kitchen, right? And you guys remember my bed was here. I walk through the kitchen, I get about here, and I'm like, I smell something burning. It smells like somebody lit a cigarette and the cigarette burned. Not so much like tobacco, but the burn smell. And when I noticed that burn smell, I had also come to the corner where I was keeping my medicine, and I reached in the cooler to take out my droppers. And when I reached in the cooler, a woof of aroma came out of cannabis, and I was like, I didn't mean for that to happen, but I needed my dropper because I was in so much pain. I got antsy over it and I couldn't take it. She comes in, she goes, yeah, all I smell is you know what. And I was like, I had to get my dropper, but no, don't you? And she goes, yeah. She goes, I do smell something burning, and that is a demon. So if you smell something burning, guys, and you don't know where it's coming from, and there's no source, that can be a demon. And I said to her, what is going on? Well, anyway, later on that night, she had to do work, so she came and sat at my table. Get this, guys. You remember back in December putting them up with me on the internet? Remember we were running a live stream? And you remember that night when I told you guys I saw something? Okay, there's a video. Back in January, I saw something in that window. I was running a live stream like I am now, and I said, guys, I'm going to listen to that still small voice. I'm going to listen to, I'm going to tell you what I think I'm seeing. And I think I see something in that window. But you guys said it's coming from there. So we had put up the poster board over the window. but also the gang stalkers are out that window too. And I thought to myself, wait, these gang stalkers are not that powerful to be getting any entity after me. They're idiots. And I thought, well, maybe they might have a smart friend that's helping them. I was like, Holy Spirit, please guide me. And no, that didn't fit. So I couldn't figure it out for the longest time. Now, all right. So that was that one night, right? Big rituals, big time yesterday. And you can be married or in a relationship and still feel alone. Oh, man. That was the epitome of that dude that collapsed my lung. I felt so alone. No emotional support, no conversation. I felt like a robot. I was there to cook, bend over. Honestly, for the longest time, I thought he was a bisexual. I really did. I thought he had sex with dudes and women. Like, we were together 21 years. We were together from the second we met, and it didn't matter who he was dating. When I came to town, he was making sure to see me. Oh, Holly, I'll drive you to the liquor store. Oh, Holly, you're hungry? I'll drive you there. Oh, I'm sure you will. Yeah, leave your girlfriend at home with the kid, and you're going to drive me around. That's not obvious. No, not at all. You're an idiot. So, no, I'm the idiot for dating him. I'm off on a tangent. So, yeah, no, I'm not off on a tangent. I was reacting to my chat room. So, okay. I got them up, and now I also have a window here. Right? And from this window, you can see that window. Well, there's something here, and it comes from over there. It comes from that wall. And even my chat room had noticed it that one night. That's why the board is up. Well, so Rita had to do work, and she was sitting right here. For some reason, I had the chairs rearranged differently, and I had the table pulled out more. But for some reason, right? Because here, there were 2 chairs there and 2 chairs here. But for some reason, she took the chair and moved it right here and worked from the table. And she's sitting there. The girls are in the bedroom, and I'm standing basically by the counter. Yes, I haven't done my dishes. I should have done them yesterday. They've been sitting there for 2 days. That's a demon. Follow the story. Stop paying attention to the background. So, the girls are talking in the bedroom. Now, I can hear them because I'm standing here by the doorway, so I can hear them. She's sitting there. And she starts answering them in the bedroom. I'm like, no, that's them talking in the bedroom. She goes, Holly, I forget how it went, exactly what happened, but she's sitting over here, and she's talking to the girls, but they can't hear her. But she can hear them clear as day right here. Now, I only heard them because I was standing by the doorway, but she's over here, and I was like, how do you hear them? She goes, that's weird how your house is set up. She goes, the voice is bouncing. It sounds like it's bouncing off your back door. She goes, I can hear them sitting here clear as day in the bedroom. I was like, that's weird. She goes, you got some sort of loop in your house here. You got a loop. Now, the only loops I've heard of is gamma loops. I'm a survivor of Project Gamma, Alpha, Beta, Delta, Gamma. Go down the Greek alphabet. I've been in every single MK Ultra program project that coincides with each Greek letter of the alphabet. So that's 24 projects, plus I'm a survivor of Project Ibis, Seagate, Mannequin, Looking Glass, the Secret Space Program. Man, I went through the gamut. I was born into these projects, so they created me in these projects. Abba knit me together when I was in the test tube. Anyway, so I prayed with Rita. And as I'm praying with her, she starts talking about that demon where you smell burning. That is a demon. I'm telling you guys because I want to help protect you guys because I love you guys. And I said to her, Rita, someone said that I'm on a ley line. And I have to be honest, I have my own sin, but we know it's the nicotine right now. We know that I'm inclined to fall into pints of beer. Right now, that's the only two things that, my hanger. So I got 3 things. And I'm sure there's a few other things that aren't coming to mind right now or that I might not be aware of. I'll add another one. So there's like 4 or 5 things going on. And I repent for things I'm not aware of. And that's not an excuse. But there might be something you're like, Holly, you did it wrong, but you're not catching on what you did wrong. But I repent for that too, in Yeshua's name. So, of course, you always look at unrepentant sin right off the bat. I mean, be honest. And you have to be honest. I mean, you're in a demonic attack. Well, I kid you not, it felt like this thing was right close up to my face, right on top of me, but I couldn't feel it. And all of a sudden, it felt like my esophagus was closing up like that. I felt like a fear over me. Like something was trying to scare me. And it felt like my esophagus was closing up. It felt like I was being choked, but I didn't feel any hand. And I'm like, Rita, I don't know, maybe I'm overtired. But I think I'm really sensitive to this, and there's something going on. And Rita, I'm still seeing things pass through my house. And that ain't right, to be passing through my house. So I heard prior that this place was a funeral home. So I closed portals. Now I really think the funeral home was the other building down the street that I was going to rent from him. That place was huge and high ceilings. Oh my God, we could have gotten like triple stacker we could have gotten like bunk beds and stacked them like 3 up like the cages and the Toms. We could have had like a bottom, middle, and top bunk bed. The ceilings were so high, I could have stacked a whole slew of you guys in there. I kid you not, the kitchen was humongous. Humongous. I could have stacked up bunk beds all along the wall and had you guys come visit. Could have probably fit 30 of you, easy. A big bedroom. So anyway, I think that was a funeral parlor. But anyway, I had prayed over this. Closed portals and sanctified the land. But I can only sanctify the land I stand on. I can't sanctify anything else because Abba told me, Holly, number one, these people don't love me. They may say they know me and they may say they do love me or that they're Christians or that they're saved. They may say I'm their Lord and Savior, but Holly, they don't love me. And this land has been turned over to Moloch. You cannot take claim of it. They have authority over it now. You can only take claim and authority over your own personal space. I haven't lived in a place where I can only take claim over my personal space. Every house I've lived in, I've always been given permission and I've always taken claim to that entire house and the property I'm on. This is the first one where I got like a thin strip of light, a thin thread of light that I have to balance on and walk through. To the left is darkness and to the right, and I can't bring Yeshua to, anyway, so Abba, all right, that's what he told me. But anyway, somebody told me I was on a ley line, which I thought that could be a possibility why I see these spirits still coming in, and they don't have authority to do that. There's wandering spirits that I'm learning about. Oh my God, Sarah. In a coffin. Wow. So, I don't know. I see, even if it's a ley line, I have taken authority over my space, so those spirits have no right to even pass through. And I've seen some of them get stuck to the outside, where some of them literally wait for me to go outside. So there's a certain time of night where all my doors are locked, the cigarettes are outside, the doors locked, not even in my car, and I don't move until it's light out again, because I know there's something, and I don't want it to attack me. I'm very cautious not to get my soul shredded. I might physically, mentally, and emotionally feel fine or think I am, but that doesn't mean these demons aren't, these interdimensional beings are not thrashing and shredding your soul apart. That's why I always tell you, go to Heavenly Abba and ask him if you can, like, get someone saved or anything like that. Don't just barge in like gangbusters and start peeing on someone else's property thinking, well, I got Jesus behind me, so I'm just going to... No. You have to go to the man upstairs and say, hey, do I have your permission to come in and bind and cast down these principalities? Do I have your permission to give the gospel here? And Abba will say yes or no. And a lot of times, he has told me no. I remember it being downtown, and this one bitch, man. I used to call her, everybody laughed too, that like, you got that spot on. Because I can mimic people. I can imitate people pretty good. I want to do the accents. But anyway, the way that this one chick would get her coat, it'd be like a high, she had like the hood, so it was high up on her back, and there was that fur around the rim of the hood. I call her Mrs. Tut. Great, Mrs. Tut's here. Because she'd walk in, lottery, move aside. How much money did you make in tips? Oh, my favorite customer came in. Yeah, that's my $10. Thank you. That's my tip. I used to call her Mrs. Tut. Everybody was like, yeah, right? They had other names for her, but I won't recite them. I think mine was the nicest one out of them all, to be honest with you. Selling fake carts. But anyway, there were times, you know, she knew it all. She just knew it all, and what she thought was perfect and right, because she took the best part of every religion that someone else told her about. She didn't go to a library to look it up in a book, but other people told her about what their religion is to them. So she took the best parts of everybody's religion and put them together, and that's God. And I kid you not, she would start talking about aliens and what she thinks they are, and they're going to help us. And she just knows everything. Listen to this chick talk. And no, I don't, like, when I say dude, it's actually a curse word. And when I say chick, it's like, yo, chick, calm the down or you're going to get put down. She ran around telling everybody she was going to kick my ass. Touch one hair on my body and we're going to World War 5 if anybody touches a hair on my body. Forget World War III, forget World War IV. I'm going to show you what war is all about if anybody touches one hair on my body. There's no reason to. I'm not breaking any laws. And I can't tell you how many times I've worked alongside of and helped and cooperated with law enforcement officers of different departments, homicide, FBI, the boys in blue. So none of us have any issues with each other. I signed on the dotted line my name as a confidential informant many years ago. So anyway, I remember cops. I'll get back to these spirits, this attack. I remember cops years ago. I was getting myself out of a relationship. We go into court. Now, it's 2 attorneys, him, me, and like 6 cops in the room. No, actually, he wasn't in the room. That's right, he wasn't in the room. It was his attorney, my attorney, and like 6 cops in the room. And I was like, honestly, guys, I'm like on a marathon in my apartment. I love you, Christine. I hope not. So, I don't know what came up, but one of the officers said, oh, well, this dude so-and-so, and he brought it up, and you had this dude so-and-so at your house, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, what I'm not allowed to tell you is I am a confidential informant for homicide and the FBI. The FBI was at my house. I had 3 officers. They had the paperwork. I signed my name on the dotted line when they sat on my couches at my table. Homicide and FBI. I'm a confidential informant. Ah, well, why didn't you tell us? Because I'm not allowed to tell you. Now that you know, can you discreetly let every other officer know who I am so I don't have to go through this again? That's why blah, 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 blah was at my house. I was wired to the teeth with a tapped cell phone. Are you kidding me? You think I want to hang out with those people on my own? Well, look at my past track record with the people I dated. So one never does quite know when it comes to me. But yeah, my ex that collapsed my lung had a problem. You're a confidential informant? Yeah, man. Why are you not? Why are you turning a bad eye and letting evil get away? You know all those people in the city? Oh, this is a big one. A big sin. And it's got its hooks in everybody. You take everybody in the big city. Hey, you remember, you know, with all of these, it went back with the mafia. Now you got other gangs. Any other crime, you go in these cities. You know how the neighbors go, the police will investigate a crime, and the police will walk around to all the neighbors and say, hey, did you see this happen? Did you see that happen? We're investigating. And all those neighbors go, no, I didn't hear any shots fired. Nope. I didn't hear any screaming. Nope. Didn't see a thing. Didn't hear a thing. Nope, 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 nope. And they thought they were saving their ass from the criminals. Well, they didn't save their ass from Heavenly Abba. To lie and say that you did not see a crime happen. To play stupid. To not call it out when you see it. Oh, you guys want to put down women who had abortions or bisexual and gay and lesbian people? You better look in your own backyard first. You ever tell the cops, no, you didn't see anything when you really did? You thought you were helping out your buddy. You thought you were helping out your friend. But your friend was dead wrong and you knew it, but you still covered? Oh, Heavenly Abba, I repent because I have done that countless times. Covered for my guilty friends. I'm not covering for him anymore, and I repent for doing that. I pray that you can forgive me, Heavenly Abba. I am really sorry. I don't want to be a sinner, and I don't ever want to betray you. So if I see something bad happen, I'll be an informant. I'll tell the police everything I know. Selah. Now, in the same breath, I'm going to tell you this. There's going to come times in the future coming up where we're going to have to do things that we don't want to do. We have to remember that Yeshua died on the cross for everyone and everything. Sometimes you have to do something wrong so there is a right outcome. Yeshua died for us when we're face to face with those situations. And I hope none of us are ever put in those situations where we would have to make a choice to either sin, lie, in order to be able to walk away and escape. I hope none of us are ever in those situations. And I've been in those situations before too. And I repent for that, Abba, because I just flat out lied so I could get out of the situation unscathed, unharmed, and still living to see the next day. However, guys, that doesn't apply to the mark of the beast. And these jabs, if anybody's taking them, they have to repent right now and they have to stop. They can't get any more. They have to wake up to the fact that that's all MK Ultra programming. And they too are in the same boat as I am. I know the vast general public doesn't want to admit they're mind controlled, but I guess it's true. The torture and trauma-based techniques that me and my friends were put through in the dumps, they perfected them and they repackaged it into being entertainment and fun and getting people to buy it with their hard-earned working dollars. And they think it's entertainment, and meanwhile it's all mind control. And they've got no idea. They're not paying attention. And now they're never going to pay attention because they're under MK Ultra hypnosis and programming. Look at The Simpsons and look at the profound impact it had on people. I'm glad I never got into that show. I hated that show. I really did. What have you been through? I'll tell you, a lot of times police and judge and attorneys are complicit. You have to remember, the second someone becomes a police officer, they are automatically welcomed into the Mason Brotherhood. And they don't really fully understand what it is, but they're happy to be a part of something. Some people know exactly what it is. But to be a cop, you have to be a part of Freemasonry stuff. It's a given. Attorneys, they're double citizens of the US and the UK. Attorneys serve the Queen. And she's not a human being. To know what to do with infos we can have if we cannot go to the police and judges where to go. Christine. Yeah, look at Wilfred Wong over in the UK, still sitting and rotting in prison, him and his team. When they getting out? They're not. Society organizations. Where do we go? First, ask Abba. Say, Abba, first I'm coming to you. Who do we go to? Depends your situation. It depends where you live. Guys, always make sure you tell your family and friends what's going on with you. And if you don't have them, then make videos and put them up online. Get yourself some friends. Get yourself a support system and keep them always aware of what's going on with you. That's the first step. And as far as judges and cops and attorneys, I don't know. The UK, you guys got it bad over there the judges are all in on it. Look at the Hampstead case. I think here in the States, you might have a better chance of getting a more fair trial, but we're headed in the same direction as Germany and the New World Order. So we're not too far behind you guys. And now with what, Canada and martial law? Well, since Canada did it and the UN is helping Canada, maybe here in the US they could help us too. You watch Pelosi. You watch those people, Pelosi and Soros. Who was the other one you were talking to me about last night, Abba? You brought Pelosi up, but who else? I can't remember their names. They're going to start another event. They're going to start another event and bring in the UN troops. I thought what would bring in the UN troops, I'll be honest, I thought what would bring in the UN troops was a president being shot in the head, them blaming the Marines, and then the UN troops would come in. But see, they're in Canada. That's not here in the US yet. Ooh, we'll see. But watch them start up something so they can bring in the UN. We don't want the UN here, guys. As an active super soldier, when we got done with Sarajevo, it was the UN that flew me back home to the States. Super soldiers are not our friends. Sometimes, yes, they do right things, but they're not programmed to be our friends. They're not programmed to be superheroes, like Superman fighting crime. Yep, the UN is rotten to the core. Possible for me in this town. I have no support system and no friends here I can trust. I think it does. I was actually talking about that earlier, Sarah, because I'm always by myself. The only interaction I have is this. And it's worked against me. There was somebody, and I love them. Their first name is David, but you'll never see him in my chat room, but I'm just going to say it. I love David Paxton and Mrs. Paxton. I love them. I love his ministry. I love him. He's one of my favorites. Well, actually, his wife is my favorite, but he's pretty cool too. Actually, no, I like his sense of humor. And I'm going to go get my birth certificate. I'm going to get it verified, and I'm going to send it off, and I'm going to own the entity Holly Baglio. And I'm going to take back ownership from the United States, and I'm going to own that entity. Which name? Let's go for Holly Anderson, Holly Gabry, Holly Baglio. What other entities do I want to own? Yeah, right, Sarah? I wish, there were safe houses. I would love to put together a safe house. Man, if one of these churches donated to me, could renovate it, turn it into a safe house, and I'd be like, now I'm going to have to bet you. But have company at the safe house. You can go out and do whatever you want, but you can never bring anybody back to the safe house, and you can't give away the location. You can say, yes, I'm in a safe house. No, I can't give you the location, but I'm in a safe house. You can be honest because it's just easier. But I remember when I created my own safe house, sad thing was I created it with a bunch of plastic Christians, and they betrayed me. They were trying to handle me, and they were trying to buy with money my spiritual gifts. Bad news. So I don't want that to happen. But boy, Sarah, I'd love to have a safe house. I'd be like, pack your bags. You're going to be living right down the street from me. And I'm going to be protecting you. And you're going to have a group. But I'd have to have my admins and moderators from Children in a Cage. Oh, yeah, guys, I'm going to talk about this too. My group, Children in a Cage, we had about 200 people in there. I'm going to tell you flat out, it got chopped down to 40 people. Please do not take it personally. If anybody did get chopped from Children in a Cage, I'll tell you exactly what's going on. The reason why we chopped it is because there's a lot of people not participating. And no offense to those people. I love them. They're my favorite friends. I brought all my favorite people together in one spot. But you're also on my other pages too, so I haven't lost you guys. But when it comes to Children in a Cage, we are trying to provide a safe environment for the survivors to speak in. We have a few counselors. Huntress is gonna correct me here because there's no hierarchy. Like when I go to Huntress, I don't call her my counselor. I go and take up counsel with Huntress. Or she might come to me and ask me to give her counsel. So there's no hierarchy. There's nobody above each other. We're all peers. But just let me explain. But I'm going to need to use titles to explain it because I'm limited. My admins and administrators in Children in a Cage, they're counselors. They're ordained. They're evangelists or well, actually, it's a team of us girls. It really is. It's a team of us girls. I don't know. We have a guy on there, but he's attending to his family matters right now. The reason why we chopped it from like 150 or 180 is about 175 people. We chopped it down to 40 because we grabbed the active people who are the survivors. We grabbed them out and we're giving them a private, secure forum to speak. I got to get my ass over there. Instead of making a mess on my page, I went to an admin meeting over the past couple of days, and I need to be going to that group, especially now after losing Seva. But the women are evangelists. Whether they're physically ordained in this world, it doesn't make a difference because I can see it in the spirit. These women are ordained already by Heavenly Abba. They know what they're doing. They work with victims. They know what to do with victims. And they're survivors themselves. I couldn't have gotten a better group of admins and moderators, but what they did, and they actually work really hard. They work really, really hard. They work harder at Children in a Cage than I do. Really. I haven't been in there in like a year. I put no work into it. I show up at meetings and that's it. I got to put work into it. But anyway, we grabbed just the survivors so they could have a safe, secure climate to talk. And the inactive people, we let them go, only we didn't want to because they're my favorite friends. I brought you guys together. I didn't want to let you guys go, but we were trying to focus and gear it more towards the survivors that are in the group that want that private, secure place to talk. And I got to get back in there and start taking up counsel. Because these are the people that I go to. These are my support system. You know what I mean? So these are the people that I go to. I wish I could tell you their backgrounds because you'd be like, really? I'd be like, yep, that's who you've been getting counseled by this whole time and you didn't even know it. there's a lot of high caliber. No, that's not the right word, but they are high caliber, high profile people in that group. There's several high profile people in that group, so I want to make sure they're safe. Ooh, Huntress, I could invite Shelly, or, well, you know what, they got Huntress, Allie's got her own thing going on, so, but if she ever wanted a group to go to, her and Shelly are totally invited. But they have their group already, so I don't want to. Anyway, I should still send them an invite, but they are good admins. What did you do with Children in a Cage is awesome. Thank you very much. At first, I brought all, like, the most brilliant people that I love so much together that are into MK Ultra, whether they were researching it, just wanted to be onlookers because they're interested in the topic. But when we really looked at it, it's better to gear it more towards the victims and letting them talk, but giving them a safe environment. And you got to be active in the group. I mean, you don't have to post every day, but just, you know, drop in every once in a while. Even if you post up a song. But we just tried to gear it. Like, for instance, the famous dude, right? He put the page together because I'm out of the loop. So he put the page together, and I told him what friend. We went down my friends list, and I picked out the friends I wanted, but he did all the work. So the famous musician dude put it together, and he was in the group. Well, like now, I took him out of the group. I didn't ask anybody. I just took him out. I was like, you're out. You don't need to see this group. For what? I'm going to be talking about stuff and you're going to be hawking at me? No. So I took him out of the group. And I didn't ask any of the mods or admins. I just took him out. There was somebody else I took out too. I didn't ask anyone. He ended up being brought back into the group. But I proved my point. But anyway, like for the famous musician dude, there would be no reason for him to be in Children in a Cage. He's not a survivor. Who cares if he's researching it? The real survivors are already there. They need this secure environment. You know, they're not like the famous musician dude running around listening to Michael Jacko and then self-diagnosing themselves. My belly hurts. I might be a super soldier. Nah, you ate 10 pounds of mozzarella cheese last night. You're constipated. No super soldier. And no, you have not been exposed to the projects I have. To mind control in general? Yeah, dude, you're a part of the music industry. So right there, you've been bamboozled. You got the blinders on you from that. Guys, I'm going to have to get going. I've been here talking too much. Now, actually, it's never too much, but I'm going to go because I want to walk Keeper, and I'm going to be recording while I hike her. So, but I'm just not going to do it on YouTube. I'm going to do it on my private camera because then the second it's done recording, it'll automatically upload to my computer. So I'll have a copy of it on my cell phone, but then I'll have a copy of the video on my computer. And that would be a lot easier for me. So that way, if I have to present evidence for any reason, I will just have the video on my computer and I can present it right then and there. Which reminds me, I have to clean out my computer. Nancy, how are you? It's good to see you. Had to drive my daughter to school. Aww. My love and blessings to your daughter. Yeah, as you're coming and I'm heading out. Yeah, I had Rita and her daughters for a couple of days. I was hoping they were going to come here and be like, Holly, can we stay for 2 more days? I'd have been like, yeah. You kidding me? But I am, when they come back, which I hope they do, from now on, I am always going to do what I did with them. I will put my mattress in the living room and give them my room. I think that's appropriate. That way I'll still sleep comfortable and they can have the room. But yeah, it was good. I don't see, as you know, Nancy, I don't see people that much. I'm always on the computer, but see, there's a big, huge lack with that. And it's taken its toll on me. This is where I was going with Dave Paxton. He was talking to my support system. And he posed the question. I'll tell you what, that Rita came back and told me, and I was like, you know what, that really touched me. That really touched me, but in a good way. Dave said, what can we do to help Holly? Aww. I love you, and I love that you would think to help me, especially when I'm a rotten person and my altars are mean and ugly and nasty. They even know that about themselves. Really, I gotta do the work. I need to do the exercise routine. I need to do my dishes. I need to stay on top of things. It's really that I need to do the work, to be honest. It's not, there's nothing that anybody else can do for me. Praying, oh, I'll always take your prayers. But I gotta put in the elbow grease. If you want, you can give me Bibles. I need them. So that way I can pass them out to people when I have the privilege of meeting somebody. And if they want to take up counsel with me, I can be like, cool, I'm mailing you a Bible. And I miss my little Seva girl. Now I get to kiss a glass instead of my fur baby. Somebody mentioned getting another cat. No, I don't have the finances. My dog here is expensive with her arthritic medicine and food. She's $200 a month. My cat was $70 a month. But I bought her really, really, really good food. $200 a month. Nuts. Nuts. I remember when she only cost me $30 a month. Has been to help children mostly through teaching, but your story, as I have heard, has made me aware of how much hurt there is all around into the adulthood. Oh, Nancy, I'm sorry. The guilt, I'll stop it. Yeah, you know what? Rita was doing that to me too. Stop it. I was like, you recognize that MK Ultra? She was like, yeah. Oh, this is what I wanted to say, Huntress. She said I was calm when she first walked in. And she was right, I was calm. I got to figure out how to work my prescription with the medicinal cannabis. I think I'm doing better with it now than before, but I need money. I need to knock off a bank is what I need. No, I don't need to knock off a bank. You know what I need? I need for the government and military to give me my rightful due check, being their super soldier and being used for 37 years of my life. That's what I need, is something that's already rightfully due to me. That money is due me. I served UK, USA, and Canada's government and military for 37 years. Where is my paycheck? Yeah, you know what? They're eavesdropping on this video. They're like, yeah, and you're lucky you're not terminated. Shut up. I'm trying, Sarah. I'm trying. Start a workout routine. So Thursday night, 7 p.m. Something's going on with my cell phone. I knew it. I knew it. So, so at first I was using like 5 dropper full of, I don't have tincture, it's actually THC. They So I thought I was getting tincture, and there's a difference between tincture and the THC drops I have. Apparently, what I have, I was like, well, what strain is it? The dropper. They're like, it's THC. I'm like, yeah, what strain? Sativa, indica, which one? They're like, it's straight THC. There's no strain to it. So, new hack on cell phones out. It can take over your phone. Yeah, they already got mine, Brian. They got mine February 18th. I On the 16th, I upped my minutes because I ran out. My cell was off, so I upped my minutes. By the 18th, they took away all my data. They already nailed me, Brian. I'm screwed anyway. I hope you have a nice day, sweetheart. I do have to eat more. I do have to eat more because I was craving alcohol yesterday, but I only ate once yesterday. No, I was picking a lot of food yesterday. But I didn't really eat so hot. I have like 3 good days a week and then 3 bad days a week. As soon as I get going good is just as soon as I fall off the bandwagon and do bad. And I think it's better I make a mess out of my Facebook page than to like lash out on anybody. Watch the Holly cooking channel. La Chefette Holly. Yes. And I do have to cook. I just don't know what I'm going to cook. You know what would be great to have is my pasta dish. That takes me 2 hours to make. That would be fun. We'll do a cooking show, Brian. So anyway, Rita was like, you're very calm. And I was like, calm? We can't have that now, can we? I don't want to be calm. That's not, I want to be pain-free. I want to be energetic. I don't want to be calm. So I got my feathers ruffled. And I went back and I spoke to a lady. She told me to try wedding cake. I guess it's a flower. I'm not sure what strain or anything like that. But she said wedding cake is good for fibromyalgia. So you medicinal cannabis people that need to take medicine, if you have fibromyalgia, I heard wedding cake is good for it. So anyway, I the lady, and she goes, yeah, the droppers, that's just straight THC. That's gonna get rid of anxiety, pain, and it's gonna make you calm. So, sauce and meatballs, yummy. I don't want to be calm. I want to be anxiety free and pain free. But I'll tell you, bumping and grab dropper was a good decision for me to get because of the fact I have no anxiety when I use it. So in the mornings, I have a chance to wake up and not have and get myself out of that anxiety. Um, I feel like I'm gonna vomit. I only had 1 cup of kratom. I feel like I'm gonna vomit. So anyway, and then I was trying to smoke a bowl to 2 bowls. So 5 dropperfuls and like 1 or 2 bowls of weed 4 times a day. I didn't like it. And I didn't like that I'm calm because I need energy. That's not the effect I'm going for. Yes, I need to be anxiety and panic free, but I need energy. So I adjusted everything. Instead, it's 2 dropper fulls, 5 gummies, and 2 to 4 vapes of the cartridge. And then I'm all right. And then I can actually get away with not using any kratom during the day as well as into the night. The only reason why I drank kratom at night was because, I had company and I was uncomfortable and I knew the kratom would knock it out of me at night, but wake up with my data setting on. That's weird. Is an indica dominant hybrid. I only do sativa, but speaking of my droppers, what time is it? So, I had a hard time taking my medicine this morning, I'll be honest. I didn't want to take my medicine this morning. And I only took 2 gummies, which is not going to help me. It's got to be 5, possibly 10 gummies, but they're only 10 milligram gummies. Everything that I'm using, you guys must be like, oh my God, did you hear that? 5 droppers and 5 gummies? She's going to overdose herself. Slow your roll. I've taken 1,000 milligrams in gummies in one shot, and I felt normal. Like I felt like I should feel. I felt healthy again. I felt like a normal, healthy person again on 1,000 milligrams. What I'm taking is not 1,000 milligrams. Now, if I had the money, so the dropper fulls are only 10 milligrams, but the dropper gives you a different effect. The gummies also give you a different effect. Each gummy is only 10 milligrams. Is only 10 milligrams. I wish they were 100 milligram gummies, to be honest with you. But that's where you adjust it. If you want it to be 100 milligrams, then you eat 10 gummies. That 10 milligrams isn't anything. Yeah, they're like, oh my God. Yeah, no, really. So, and everything is based off of eighths, 3.5 grams. So, any one of their products is always only going to be 3.5 grams. They do have 1 milligram carts, but they're $90. $90. I'm gonna call them and ask them about their specials and sales. But to get a new phone yesterday because 3G is gone. Oh, wow, Nancy. Has to have the better phone for work. Also had to upgrade. Wow. Hannah Mabry. Cinderella, and it was wonderful. I think it was a sativa. It was great, whatever it was. Oh my gosh, thank you, Hannah. I appreciate that. I'm going to write that down, Cinderella. You know what I got? I got okay, so I told them pain and I need energy. And asking me if sativa gives me panic attacks when I smoke the flower. I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes yes and sometimes no. If I go for lengths of time without smoking and then I finally do smoke, then yes, I have an anxiety attack. Yesterday it took me 2 doses, so that would be a total of 4 droppers, 10 gummies, and 8 hits of Durban, the cart. The gummies are sativa. The dropper is just straight THC. After I had done a second dose and I got a total of all that in my system, I actually felt it kick in and I was like, oh, wow. It felt like I took a pain pill. It felt like I took a narcotic pain pill. I was like, Ava, thank you for the pain relief. Finally, I have full unadulterated pain relief. I can't get that from smoking bowls of weed. I can't. I've tried. It doesn't work. That's why when I quit my prescription pills, this isn't even plugged in and I thought it was. Damn it. Damn, damn, damn. This is a problem. So anyway, yeah, I can't get that from smoking weed. I could smoke garbage bagfuls, and it will only give me a certain amount of relief. That's why I needed the gummies, the tincture, and just the straight THC. And I needed to eat it because I'm after it. Like my Baker cysts behind my knees, they're bothering me really bad with this cold, rainy weather. They're water pockets behind my knee. Like if I have shorts on, you can see them. They stick out. You can see them clear as day. It's like baseballs behind each kneecap, and they protrude. Right now, the left one's sticking out. The right one's not bad. Ooh, here. I'll pull up my leopard prints. I'll show you anyway. And if you notice my 2-inch long leg hair, don't say anything, all right? I'm aware of it. I just don't care. All right. That's not going to work. So, wait. So, that's the back of my leg. Right, sorry. And then this is the back of my left one. So like right in there. It's starting to bother me. It's coming back. It's a water pocket behind my knee. So it's come out like really far, like literally really far. And it's not a torn meniscus. They can't drain it. Even if they were to drain it, it doesn't matter. It'll come right back. So that would just be an abrasive procedure that wouldn't matter. So, and then I have those things in my back too. I got some pain issues, you know, but I got friends that got worse pain issues than me. It's winter, no shave for months. You have no hair on your legs. I think because I did shave a couple days ago. I was like, Holly, you got to take care of yourself. Show yourself that you care. It's bad enough you have a 5-month-long mustache growing. But come on now. Come on, girl. Good morning. It's great to see you, David. How are you? Te amo. Siempre. Pensando en ti, mija. It's good to see you. Ooh, I got to eat homemade bread. They have a machine that makes this. It was so delicious too because then we took it and dunked it in olive oil. Oh, but there's this one season I want to get. I don't know what it's called. Hey, good morning, Andrea. I haven't seen you in a long time. I love you always, thinking of you. Oh, I love you too, David. I always think of you. My alters do too, because you've helped them. You know? You help them. Fellow survivors have pain from all the trauma. That's the other thing too, is that my muscles remember the trauma. And I can't shake it. I don't want to have to take anything. Like, I don't want to have to use kratom. I don't want to have to use medicinal cannabis. I got to tell you, this morning, my alters were not cooperating. whatever altar was forward, I don't know. She's just in darkness. I can't even see her, but I can feel her force. And she's like, no, I'm not taking it. I about vomited eating the gummies. And it was like, gee, thanks. I don't want to have to take anything, but I also don't want to sit and suffer. But yeah, I think it was yesterday. I had gotten the second dose, and finally after the second dose, about an hour after I took everything, it kicked in, and in the middle of my back and down my spine, I had like sheer pain relief. Like the last time I felt sheer pain relief was 2 days. 2 days last year in 2021 when someone gave me 4 500 milligram gummy bears. I took 2 in one sitting, so that was 1,000 milligrams. Good all day. And then the following day I took 2 more and I was good. I mean, don't get me wrong, I did have a cart, so I smoked on that cart, but that's pure THC. And that kind of has, honestly, the carts have a very different effect than smoking flower. But I couldn't get the full benefits I was looking for. Oh, and then when I had gotten flower, there was one night I crushed it up and I ate it without, I just want to be able to pick it from the living plant in the ground, like pick it and eat it right like that. That works for me. Forgot what I was going to say, though. Doesn't matter. Oh, the other night, actually a few weeks ago, I had taken a gram, grinded it up, and then I just swallowed it down normally, which is how I do eat it when I eat it. I never put it in the oven. People say to heat it up and do this, do that. If you do, it ruins it. It just totally ruins it. At least for me. But I had eaten it, and all of a sudden my esophagus at the very bottom, maybe a piece got caught in my esophagus, but I almost felt like I was going into an allergy attack. So of course I instantly took 2 Benadryl, but then I was like, I can't eat it anymore because of the pesticides they put on it. And I don't know exactly who's getting it. It's good, don't get me wrong, but the dispensary is much better because you know it's fresh. It's not old. It has its potency. You know where it's coming from. So like if I wanted to eat flower now, I would be able to do that because it was grown in a building. Actually, it was grown right. So, but I don't know. I just didn't feel like taking my medicine. I didn't feel like taking my medicine. Simple as that. So I only got half of it down. Which, I gotta tell you also, guys, you know what? I think I've been in a lot more pain than I've realized. Because there were a couple of times, I'm almost going to start crying now. Like, I can feel it in my fingers, my pain. I got pain, guys. It's not as bad as yours. It's not, but right now, for instance, I have pain running down the bones of my fingers. And then the tips feel like they're being smashed with sledgehammers. And then they're pulsating. And it just hurts. Just my hands just hurt. And they ache and throb. So there were a couple of times where I have to say I almost started crying because I had complete pain relief. I had complete pain relief, and I haven't felt that in so long. But I'll tell you what, now that I got my medicine, I must have gotten used to the pain. because now when when my medicine wears off, I'm like, oh my God, Abba, I can't. If I have to go without medicine, I need to go straight into warfare. But Abba, I know I got medicine. I got to take it right now. And this next hour to 2 hours is going to be a BITCH until it kicks in. So like now when the medicine wears off, the pain comes back. I must have been so miserable in 2021, enduring all of that pain. I've only had pain relief twice in the past week, trying to figure out my prescription and what works. I have to tamper with everything, but also they told me to keep a journal with what I try, what works, what I use. I got to use a lot of stuff, but I can't. So there were 2 days in the year 2021 that I had pain relief. And there were 2 days only this past week. Last week I wasn't using the right dosage. I only had droppers and flour. And I was like, oh, this isn't really cutting it. I got lucky this week because I have the droppers, the gummies, and the cartridge. No flour. I didn't get flour. So this week I was able to get more. And yes, Keeper, I'm sorry. Instead of getting you your arthritic medicine, I bought my medicine. But don't worry, next month you're going to have yours. I have her medicine. It's just I like to keep a couple bottles on me of her medicine. And right now I'm on the last bottle, so she has enough until I get my next disability check. And then I'll go without my medicine. But anyway, this week I was able to get more what I wanted to get. And again, it's the droppers that are pure THC you put under your tongue or in your coffee, the gummies and the cartridge. What time is it? I woke up. It's been 2 hours, but I was awake before, so it's almost 9 o'clock. 7. I was up a bit before. I was watching Now You See TV before I came live, so I think I was up about 6:30. You know what? I'm going to have to go. I need to walk Keeper, but I'm going to also have to take the rest of my medicine because I only got a partial dose. I hope my altars work with me today. I don't want to fall into a box of wine, and I don't want to fall into packs of cigarettes, and I'm not out of the woods on that. Not today. There's other days I've got no worries, no concerns. But that's not today, and I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm fighting. It's a damp day, Nancy. I know it kills me. That's another thing. Ooh, I was a part of a healing prayer. I was a part of a miracle. I'm going to call it a miracle. I was a part of a miracle 2 days ago. All of us got in the car to go to the store, and I was like, Rita, do you mind if I run back up inside? Because I hadn't taken my medicine. And all of a sudden, we had gotten in the car, and the pain set in. Now, it could have been the anxiety of going out. I'm worried about the gang stalkers. I have company. I'm worried about my company. I'm happy with my company. I'm elated. But as soon as we got in the car, the pain hit, and it was all across my back. And I had a vision. It looked like these little troll-looking demons hitting me with like bamboo sticks in their hand. Have you ever been hit with a bamboo stick? Well, if you have, you'll never forget. And if you haven't, consider yourself lucky. And definitely don't do anything to get yourself hit with a bamboo stick. Flogging. You ever been flogged? We should go back to public flogging. Public spankings. Anyway, so Rita and I prayed, and instantly the pain stopped. And I was like, ooh, you know what? I'm going to go with this. I'm going to acknowledge this. I just had a healing prayer answered. Honestly, the pain stopped. I'm not going to go upstairs to take my medicine because I'm going to purposefully acknowledge that our prayers just worked and the pain in my back stopped. I'm going with that. And we talked about, could it be pain from anxiety about going out and things on my mind. We discussed all avenues. And we prayed. But I went with the prayer. I didn't go back to get my medicine. We went out. Towards the end of our journey, the pain kicked in again. But this time, it wasn't just in my back. It was in my feet, my knees, my hands. And I was getting antsy. And I was getting anxiety. And I couldn't wait to get back home because that's when I grabbed my dropper. I had just 2 dropperfuls, not 5. I did not smoke with my company here. I do have a little bit of flour, but I did not smoke with my company here. I did use my droppers and my gummies. And as I said, I have a cart, technically, that's smoking, but you can't smell it anywhere, and it's just pure THC. And at least with that, it hits you pretty quick. So if you're vomiting and you need fast action, that cart is going to come in handy. Everybody's like, what's a cart? You know what a cart is. No, I'm not showing you my medicine. There's no reason for that. Let me show you, though, what a cart is. All right. This is Logic. This is nicotine. Ah, ow, my knees, sorry. And you can hear them scrunch. So this is nicotine, right? Well, a cart is something like this. It's something like this. You can see it, Logic Pro. That's what this is it Logic Pro, 20 milligrams of nicotine. Anyway, that's a cart, and they will put THC in that. And then they'll give you an apparatus that does not necessarily look like this one. They will give you an apparatus to smoke it. They'll give you paraphernalia to smoke it. Ow, a battery. But the thing that I like is I can get sheer pain relief without having to take any prescription pills or going to a doctor. Hey, Royal Widow, I saw you sneak in. I wanted to say good morning sooner to you. Yeshua blessings. Sleep is a good painkiller when there is no more medical pain relief. Yes, Nancy. But then I can't stay asleep. Yeshua is good all the time. But it's effective. Yes, he is good. He is very good. He's very, very good to me. He spoils me silly rotten. He makes me feel like, I'll be honest, now I'm not Jesus, okay, obviously. But I'm not Jesus, but he makes me feel like I'm special like Jesus was. He makes me feel like he lines up my stars. Abba gives me delusions of grandeur. He really does. He makes me feel like everything revolves around me. That's what Heavenly Abba does for me. He spoils me silly rotten. He really, really does. Straight up. I mean, for instance, look at my birthday, September 12th. I believe his is the 11th. I'm glad I have a heart after him, because if I didn't and I stayed a rotten, foul, nasty, filthy, active super soldier, if I had stayed that, then it would have been like Satan literally spitting in Abba's eye. My initials are HB. Holly Baglio. He has an HB too. It's called the Holy Bible. So that's what I mean. He spoils me silly rotten. You couldn't line that up any better. Like, that's why the bridegroom feast and the Jewish traditions of marriage caught me. That story baited me, and it caught my attention. And I'm hooked. He does stuff like that for me. So I just love him. Just beat the alarm with the hammer and going back to sleep is much easier for my nausea, but they want to know my full address. Yeah, the state's going to want to know that. But you receive mail, right? Anybody with $25 can find out your mailing address. Or if they have an attorney, they could hire an attorney to call up the post office and say, we want the address of Sarah. It might cost them a little more than $25, but that was another thing. I was in Germantown, Maryland, and these people are like, you can't tell anybody where you live. Who'd you tell? You told Trunk Monkeys, Galen, and Deborah. Who else did you tell? No one, that's it. Yeah, you have to tell people that you're staying with a Christian family. That's it. That's it. You can't say anything else. Well, when Colby goes to pay $25, he's going to find out my mailing address. Post Office Box 119, Germantown, Maryland. So he's going to be able to find that out, but I'm not allowed to say that I lived in Germantown, Maryland. Now, obviously, that's not my post office box anymore. I'm here in New Jersey. Don't be mailing anything. And it won't be forwarded either because I left no forwarding address. And I don't accept mail anyway. I don't accept packages from people. Or at least I try not to at all costs. Anyway. I had a dream I got served, but they had the name wrong. No, that was yesterday. That actually did happen. But it's because we got lead in our pipes. Yeah, whatever. You just want to get access to Thy Holly Baglio. You're setting up more electronic surveillance. Leave the lead alone. Anyway, good morning, Tana. How are you? It's great to see you. Stay asleep when you're in pain. I'm currently in a safe place right now, and it feels great. Yeshua is definitely fixing things in my life. Please don't give up praying to all who are on their new journey with Yeshua. I pray for them. It's great to see you, Tana. Who is a psychologist that has done experiments on how to reduce chronic pain without meds. The number one thing that worked was playing video games or being online. Yeah? Really? That's interesting. I thought you were going to say exercise. So, I love you too, Tana. It's great to see you, sweetheart. I hope you're hanging in there. I hope you're doing well. I'm trying to keep up, get back online. I think I saw your post recently. Anyway, when I am online, I check on your page, Tana. I always do. There's certain people, all the survivors, I check their pages to see how they're all doing. There's only a couple of you, though, that I check on. You're one of them. It's not fun out there. My the demonic attacks against me have amped up. Thank you, Grande. Oh, you're a sweetheart, Tana. And I'm really sorry what you've suffered. My demonic attacks are a lot worse than they've ever been. Another reason why I'm glad I have a vow of celibacy. But I got to get rid of that nicotine. And I do have to eat. Actually, that's a really big one, is me taking care of myself and taking my vitamins every day. I really don't want another cup of kratom. I really don't want to take the rest of my medicine. I'm not going to feel better if I don't. My alters and I are having a Mexican standoff. I don't know if it's Mexican or why it has to be Mexican, but it's something I saw on TV a long time ago. My alter doesn't want medicine. I do. I think it's because now that it's a medicinal cannabis card, she's looking at it like, oh, it's medicine. No. We stay away from medicine, Holly. It's not antibiotics. Nope, can't take it. But you had no problem before. Yeah, but you didn't have a medicinal card before. It's the whole point. I know that sounds stupid, but I kid you not. That's kind of an example of my alters and I talking back and forth. Video games. Oh, I like video games. I could get sucked into video games. Are you kidding me? Especially once I learn the joystick, whatever you call it. Hinty, what's that? Oh, hi. Oh, hi, T. Oh, she's saying hi to you. Oh, yes, my alters hate meds too. Right, Royal? And I feel so stupid. And I'm like, Holly, why are you making a big deal? It's like, damn it. She won't take it. I mean, she almost vomited the gummy bears. And I'm like, I gotta say, I don't like the gummy bears really much. I don't like the taste of them. And I can taste the cetyl alcohol in them. And I don't like it. That's weird too. Ooh, I have the gift of taste. That's why, another reason why you don't want me abusing your fruits, Abba. I knew there was another reason you didn't want me drinking. It's because I smother the gift of taste. Ah, thank you for revealing that. I repent for smothering that gift. Ow. In Yeshua's name. Can I bend down after I take my medicine? Now that I had those 2 times where I felt pain relief, it's making the pain now stand out all that much more. Aloha, aloha. Oh, I love Big Red Gum. Oh my gosh, Brian. Oh, I get that and every piece is thrown in my mouth. I love it. Hey, Spirit, Faith, End Times. How are you? But yeah, the pain sticks out more now because I've had full pain relief. I mean, it felt full pain relief, like I took Dilaudid or something, and I didn't. And so I think I'm on the right track with 2 droppers, 5 or 10 gummies, probably 10 gummies, but I don't have the budget for it. 2 droppers, 10 gummies, probably 4 hits of the cartridge. I like to say 2, but I need 4 because I don't feel it in 2. So 4 hits of the cartridge, 10 gummies, 2 droppers of the THC, 4 times a day. If I take a nap, then 2 or 3 times a day. My alters are like, ooh, if it builds up in our system, we can get away with not taking it, right? I'm like, of course. You don't have to take it. That's the beauty of it. Pain pills, you gotta take. Blessings to you, Spirit, Faith, and End Times, and to the UK. I've never been there, but I love the UK. I do. And I love your accents. Oh my God. I could never, this is why I can never date a man from the UK. Straight up. So you fat, bald men in the UK? No, actually, the fat, bald men only apply to Americans. Seriously. But you UK people, I could never have a boyfriend from the UK because I love their accent so much. I'd never be able to be mad at them or even dare to stay mad at them because I love their accent so much. I'd be like, okay, everything, you're more than forgiven. With their accent would get them off scot-free. Just like Sava, my cat. I tell her all the time, if you weren't so fuzzy, furry, and soft, you wouldn't have a home. You only have a home because you're soft and fuzzy and furry and just so cuddly and cute. Well, a boyfriend from the UK, his accent would get him out of trouble every time. So yeah, I can never, ever think to date somebody from the UK. I love Australian accents. Aussie. Not so much. I like New Zealand accents, but sometimes well, honestly, but you guys are hard to understand anyhow when you mumble, so, but I like different kinds of accents. You know what accents I can't stand? I'm going to put both feet in my mouth. I hate French, the French language. I hate French food. I don't like it. I don't like the accent. And Southerners. The Southern accent. I'm not big on the Texan accent. But yeah, that Southern accent, I can't stand it. I won't date somebody with a Southern accent. I won't even give it a thought. The second they open their mouth, it's a complete turnoff to me. There was this gorgeous guy, man. Now that everybody knows where I live, ooh, I can tell this secret. Not really secret, but this is a good one for you ladies. Remember our fat, bald man conversation from the beginning of every fat, bald man is going to be, what's she talking about now? I'm pissed. Meanwhile, they don't know. I gave them like the biggest, hugest compliment ever. But no, they're going to have to go back and watch this 3-hour video to get to that part and hear what I said. I'm not repeating it. So, right? But anyway, I'd be in a constant state of rage, pissed offness, and lividness if I had to listen to a Southern accent all the time. People bickering over who's a redneck and a redneck versus a hick. Yeah, both accents, I don't want to hear them. It's like nails down a chalkboard for me. Women with a Southern accent, that's not bad. That's not too bad. But the men, all right, here's a good story. So my ex, the one that collapsed my lung and broke my face, he would go, boy, I hope you find harmony one day, Holly. I hope you find harmony one day. I hope you find harmony one day. Yeah, instead of you actually participating in the relationship and being a man in the relationship, you're not in it. Why don't you get your ass out of my home? Get your things and whatnot and just get out. As fast as you came, can you leave even quicker, please? Yeah, instead of you working on the relationship and instead of you fixing what's wrong and what you're doing wrong, yeah, just blame it on me. Holly, I hope you find happiness. I hope you find happiness. Yeah, well, since the gang stalkers doxed me, I can tell you this story. I got here February of 2020, the roaring 20s. Yesterday was my 2-year relationship anniversary here, living here in Stortsville. Yeah, well, I found harmony. It's right down the street. It's in a place where the ex is not. That is harmony, okay? That is sheer harmony. And honestly, if I need the literal harmony, I got that too right down the road. I found harmony. It's without him. And it's also a literal place. Well, anyway, there was this one day I drove to Harmony because there's a liquor store there. And it was it was the first summer after the lockdowns. So everybody was still very standoffish with others. Well, I come out of the liquor store, I walk through the parking lot, and there's this gorgeous guy standing right next to my car. And of course, I'm thinking about my ex saying, I hope you find harmony, Holly, instead of being a man in the relationship and fixing what's wrong. Either be a part of the relationship or get the hell out. He didn't do either, so I got him out. Abba helped me. So I come out, there's this gorgeous guy standing by my car, and I'm like, I not only found harmony, but there's a hot guy. I'm getting married right now, right here. That's it. So there's this gorgeous man, wind blowing through his hair, nice chest, got a little chunky. You know that fat bald guy syndrome. Yeah, he's a little bit chunky, but also kind of built too. Dark hair, dark eyes, standing right by my car. And I was like, yes, my name is Holly Baglio. Right this way. Just, here are the keys. Get in. You drive. Let me just... Right? It was one of those moments. I get over by my car, and he's standing there. He's looking at me. I'm looking at him. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. He goes, I was taking a break. We just drove up from wherever. I forget where. I think it was South Carolina. Or, I don't know, somewhere south, or maybe Tennessee. I don't know. But somewhere south. And he opens up his mouth to say, I'm sorry. I was just stretching after a long drive. The second he opened up his mouth and I heard that he had a southern accent, I was like, you've got no shot in hell with me now, buddy. You should have kept your mouth shut and we would have been on our honeymoon by now. Kid you not, just like that, as soon as he opened up his mouth, I could feel the rush of the cold front storm in. That's it. No, I'm not making anybody a flower girl or maid of honor this time. And I don't mean to be like that, but just men with a southern accent, yeah, I can't date them. You women with southern accents, you're fine. It doesn't. But a man with one, yeah, well, you don't have a shot. Drop the accent. Now, you people from the UK, I am putty in your hands. I love your accent so much. Only for the men, not the women, though. Bullying others, we thank you for your divine protection. Praise be to Abba for Yeshua HaMashiach. Thank you for all you do for us. Right, Royal Widow? Right? She's silly. No, but I mean it. Oh, you weren't here for the beginning of the video, Brian. No. In all honesty, I'm not giving away the bet. I'm not giving it away. I'm going to make you watch the video to get to the funny story. Yeah, that. Big man at the dispensary, boy, he really caught my attention. Big fat bald guy. You are now Mr. Baglio. His wrists, Brian, were the size of my ankles. And I'm like, but there's a whole story that goes behind it. It's funny. It's funny. There was a guy back in 2017. I had opened up my big mouth on a live stream. And I forget what happened. But I had said something about big, fat, bald guys. And after I made the video, at the very bottom, someone left a message, and he said something to the effect of, that's why you're always getting rotten boyfriends, is because you won't give the fat, bald, ugly guys a chance because they're fat, bald, and ugly. Instead, you pick the skinny, good-looking ones, and they beat the pulp out of you. You deserve what you get. Something like that. I don't remember exactly what he said, but I knew when he said that he was correct, because judging a book by its cover, just because a guy's tall and skinny, it doesn't mean he's going to treat you as good as he looks. But there's a heavier set man over there, and he'll treat you like a diamond, and he'll love you, and he'll care about you, and he'll be your friend and laugh and joke around and stuff like that. and he'll treat you good, and you'll have what you want with him. But you're being superficial. You're only picking the skinny people. But honestly, what fat bald dude, what heavy set guy even wants a skinny girl? No guy thinks that someone like me is pretty because I'm so skinny. And don't lie to me and tell me something else, okay? I'm not into it. Just don't answer or say anything back. But seriously, you guys, you only like girls with meat on their bones. And even then, the girls that got meat on their bones and a badunkadunk, whatever you guys say about junk in the trunk, a badunkadunk, they got an ass on them. Yeah, they're also running around screwing everything that isn't nailed to the floor. And God forbid a chair falls over and turns upside down. The chair's not even safe around your girl. Or they're a drug addict, or they're a rotten mother, or they're not smart. They've never furthered their education. They've got no relationship with Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Wouldn't give a skinny girl a chance. There was one dude I dated that said if I didn't gain weight, he was going to break up with me. I'm too skinny. All right, so go get yourself a fat chick. Why'd you date me anyway if I'm so ugly and so skinny? So anyway, it turns out that no, I'm actually into heavier set men. Not fat. Not fat. Just like bigger boned, heavier set. Not to that tall, skinny, slender dude like the ex was tall and slender. The musician, though, he was fat and bald. He was fat and bald. When he took pictures, he would like turn his head a certain way and kind of like suck in his cheeks a little to make himself look skinnier. I was like, dude, just take the picture. You dudes don't like skinny girls. You sure as shit never gave me a chance. Only the rotten mutt, slender guys gave me a chance. That's not true. That's not true at all. It's my fault for scraping the bottom of the barrel. It's my fault for scraping the bottom of the barrel. And I don't care if these guys have girlfriends and wives right now. As far as I'm concerned, they're the cleanup girl. They were desperate anyway. Because I left for them not being a real man to begin with. I left them. All of them. I broke up with all of them. I should have never made the mistake of dating them to begin with. All right, guys, I'm going to get going now because I've been here for 3 hours. First few months I lived away from New Jersey. Nobody understood me. I sounded like Holly does Jersey accent. I had to alter my speech to be understood. You remember talking about the fat bald man? Oh, okay, you did hear. All right, Brian. Sorry. All the fat bald men are like, yeah, well, we can't stand skinny girls, so it's a good thing. We're going to help you keep your vow of celibacy, Holly, because we don't go for beanpole women that have no TNA, okay? So don't you worry. We're going to help you stay celibate. And that's fine. That's fine by me. It's better off, actually. I can't have a relationship. I bottom at it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Literally, the guy would have to tell me how to have a relationship. He would have to tell me what to do because I wouldn't really know or get it. Oh, and the worst part about it would be the cold feet. You want to deal with 169 altars and half of them have cold feet? I don't think so. And then the anger and frustration that comes out of that, I wouldn't know. I just wouldn't know. Like, the guy would be like, okay, Holly, it's now you're supposed to cuddle with me and hold my hand and kiss my cheek. Like, now's that time, Holly. Come here. You know, I have disconnects. Like my mom says, they cheat even with a broom dressed as a woman. Oh, man. Yeah. I'm not into, like, the lies, the cheating, and the games. I'm not. Like, I really get into a person. So, it's better that I just focus on Yeshua. He's a perfect man. Last I heard, he ascended to heaven single, so I still got a shot. I cannot. When I see him return, I am going to ask him, will you marry me? That's going to be the first thing out of my mouth is, Yeshua, will you marry me? For real, for real. Like, really, really. Will you marry me? I don't care if you're pissed off at those snakes over there. Listen, I got business with you. I'm already wearing your ring, but how about it, babe? Let's do it for real. How about it, you and me? You don't know until you ask or try. My mom makes me laugh all the time. Aww. Ow. All right, my hand's getting stiff. Okay, guys, I should get going. It's 9:30. I need to take Keeper out. And probably in a little while I'll be getting a phone call, and I'm going to assist my downstairs neighbor. I told her that I would water her plants for her, and if she needed a few things done, I'd be happy to help her out. But please don't pay me. Although I need the money desperately, I want her to sometimes keep her money, you know, like I just want to do something nice for her, and she never lets me. It's starting to piss me off because you got to let me get back to you somehow, you know? Like, I love to help people. Verse on my daily calendar, thinking of you, Holly. And he has brought us to this place and has given us this land, and the land flowing with milk and honey. Be at peace. Deuteronomy, thank you. I will, Sarah. I'll get something to eat. I gotta cook. Oh, you know what we're having? No, we're not. That lady's going to end up probably paying me for watering her plants, and then we will. I have to get cheddar cheese and mozzarella cheese. And then you know what we're going to have? Is Amanda here? No, it's you, Sarah. Am I getting you and Amanda mixed up? I'm sorry if I do. Tacos! Yay! I know it's not Tuesday. But in this household, we eat tacos whenever we want. We eat whatever we want whenever we want. Are we kidding us? Or, am I kidding me? It is amazing scripture. Thank you very much, Nancy. And thank you for where you've brought us. I love you very much, Abba. So, prayers to all. Yep. And there's Keeper. She's laying quietly. Not again, Holly. Aww. She's like, oh, I love you too, Tana. You're a sweetheart. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did laugh. I was hoping that would happen. I know I joke, you know, some of my jokes are really off-color, distasteful, and crude and rude, but it gets you to laugh. If I don't laugh, then I'll start lashing out, and I'm trying to. Okay, fine, I will go fix my Facebook page. I really don't care. Sorry, my altars and I are going to be going back and forth with each other today. It's going to be like a bad version of Romp Around in the Baglio household. Want to come over, Brian? Why would I want to come over when you're in a pissed off mood fighting with your alters? Because that's the best time to have company. I can drag you into unnecessary drama and BS. Thank you, Sarah. Now, if we were taught Party, partay. Yes, partay at Holly's. We could barbecue out. Ooh, you know what we could do is we could make shish kebabs and we could literally barbecue outside. What else could we eat? Shrimp on the barbie. I gave up shellfish. That sucks. But I'll take some like shrimp wrapped in bacon on the grill. Say even though we don't know how hungry we are really until we read Yeshua's words and fed our souls with the bread of his word. It's a different type of fullness. Selah. Selah. Focus on Yeshua. I still have to write my baptism prayer. Actually, I have one written, but I'm going to go back through it. And I have to write my blessing prayer. And I haven't done that yet. I have writer's block. And I wanted to draw Rita a picture because, guess what? This is what Rita gave me. Rita and her girls, because her girls are artists. Forgive me for being so slow. My knees hurt. Ever since I did the self-defense and trying to exercise again, my body has to adjust. But anyway, look at this. I got water paints, and I want to try water painting. My favorite color, yellow. And alcohol color markers. They were explaining the markers to me. They were even explaining the paints, like when you do tags, like the spray paint. But I guess these are really good markers. And then now I have a place to draw, and I can leave the drawings in my book right here. So then I don't, like, I can just start up a new book of drawings, but leave the drawings in here. However, I'm going to need to get a sheet of, like, plain paper to put between each book, or each drawing page. So, but yellow. Yellow, yellow, yellow. So I want to draw them a picture. Yeah, well, I still got to finish this one. I still got to finish this masterpiece of mine. I have to finish the bottom heart. I have to put the yellow, green, and blue, and I only have red and orange on the bottom heart. That's only the red and orange colors. But yeah, like, this came out pretty cool. Even though I see a ton of mistakes in it. Ton of mistakes. But I want to finish that one. And then I got to hang it up. I want to hang it up. But probably by next year, I'll probably have to throw it away because it'll be dusty. Actually, I might not hang that one up. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's not like we're going to be here for much longer anyway, guys. We're in tribulation. I may as well put it up and enjoy it now. instead of hiding it like I hide everything else under my mattress. Thank you. So, yeah, I wanted to try painting, but I don't know what to draw. I keep saying, Abba, give me something, give me something. Otherwise, I'll just draw you a design. I'll just draw a picture for you, Abba, and tell you how much I love you. I don't know of what, though. I'll think of something. All right, guys. I will let you go. I will be back later. I'll be back later. I should do my dishes, and I should focus on Yeshua, like Royal Widow was saying. Get fed on his word and get full in that capacity. And then maybe once I write my blessing prayer, and then I help the lady out, then do my dishes and eat, then maybe we can come back and hang out more. I should really write my friends back on Facebook Messenger, but been a mess. Hey, it's Missy. You know, it's funny you said that, Missy, because I was just thinking I could draw a picture, Seva Keeper and I worshiping Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh. And then you just said that, draw the rainbow bridge. I could do that. Those are great markers, Holly. Thank you, Royal Widow. Yeah, they were checking out my cubby holes. They were checking out my cubby holes. Like my crayons and like the markers I do have. They're like Crayola, and then there's these kind. Like, so they wanted to get me proper markers. That's what they said. And those are proper markers. They're good. Oh, that's why they got the alcohol. I lost 2 markers out of this one when I drew Abba's throne and his footstool, which is us, the earth. I lost 2 markers when I drew that. I don't know what the hell happened to them. They probably fell in the garbage. But anyway, these are watercolors. Watercolor markers. That's why they got me the alcohol base, because the alcohol colors won't run like the watercolors run or fade. I think. I don't know. And then you have to draw on certain paper. And they explained all of that to me. Did I retain the information they taught me? Of course not, because I didn't write it down. But they did explain it to me. Her kids are bright. They know about, like, the drawing and the painting and, you know, the alcohol versus watercolors and the different papers and stuff like that. So, all right, I'm going to go now. Do something productive with myself. Thank you, Royal. Missy, that's a good idea. I could draw the rainbow bridge. But I gotta read the poem. I think it's that my pet is waiting for me right now at the bridge, and once I pass away, I will find Seva, and her and I will cross it together. But I gotta read the poem. And no, I'm not gonna get another cat. I'm mourning Seva, and that's it. Now, if there's a rescue that finds me and I see it outside, of course it's coming home with me, but I'm not going looking for a cat. I can't do it. I can't really afford it. And I got Keeper. Keeper's getting older too. I can see it on her face and in her lips now. She's an old girl now. Because of the grief from losing my other dog. Something, and maybe then he will give you what you need to draw. Yeah, well, I was thinking that maybe I can draw Ava a picture first. Just to draw him a nice picture. Because I love him. What's to talk about for today? That's a good idea, Royal. I'm sorry, Missy. I'm not. See, the only reason why I got Sava to begin with was because she found me and let herself into my apartment, and then she decided never to leave. So that's how I got Sava, was she made the decision she was staying. I said, okay, cool. I'll let you because you're just so cute and fluffy and fuzzy and soft and hilarious. Little tiny thing. Damn sneaky cats. Oh, she was the best, man. I was remembering when she was younger, always playing with my feet when I was trying to sleep. I'd move my feet and she'd think I was playing, and she would pounce on my feet even more. God forbid she got underneath the sheets and at my feet. Too funny, that cat. Raced me to my computer chair. Come to think of it, I think that cat fucked with me. I think that's why she wanted to live here. She's like, oh yeah, there's Holly. I can go screw with her all day long and laugh my furry, fuzzy tail off at it too. I'll go give Holly a run for her money. What a great cat. I got a great dog too. That cat had NK Ultra capabilities. Oh my god. She did. I mean, she did. I love that cat, boy. I love that cat. I love her. Run but fade into each other. Yes, Royal. They got me alcohol colors this time. So, depending on what I'm drawing, depends on what markers I use, and now I know the difference. Okie dokie, I'm going to go. I'm going to walk Keeper and probably make more kratom, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing with myself. Probably watch videos on YouTube. Alright guys, I hope you have a nice day. I am going to try to do the same, but I shall see you later. Today's Wednesday. I don't have a broadcast ready for Fringe today. I got to get broadcasting again. It's going on 2 weeks. If I don't, it'll be 2 weeks today if I don't broadcast. I didn't broadcast last week. So I have to do it this week, or it'll be 2 weeks that I haven't broadcasted. Oh, I hope you have a blessed day. I am Steve Amo. I don't mean to be a hard person. Why did you email me and I didn't answer you back? I had company for a couple of days. You might have to, send it over. I don't mean to be a hard person to get in touch with. Just I had company, and, yeah, I'm going to go eat. I don't know what, though. I want to eat. I just don't know what. I don't really feel like cooking, but I'm going to have to cook. Oh, you did email me. Okay, Steve Amo. I'm sorry. I will have to go look for it. But I had company from Sunday till yesterday. Oh, I'll find you on Facebook. Thank you for telling me where to look. Because I'm thinking, oh, if it's in my inbox, in my email. All right. I will find you. Okay, guys, I will be answering some of my Facebook messages today. Okay, I will go look for that. I'll even make myself a note. FB Messenger. I will look for you, Steve. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude, but yeah, Rita was here and her girls were here from Sunday till yesterday, and then I fell off the deep end last night, emotionally, juggling the MK Ultra. I don't know. All right, so I will definitely eat, and when I do, I will eat a lot, and then I will be back, and we'll hang out. Hopefully I'll have something fun to talk about. I want to go down in the basement, and I want to look around, because I think there's an entity here that basically is latched on to something that's in the cellar. There were tenants that lived in this house a long time ago, and when they left all of their possessions packed up in the cellar, and they never came back for them. I wonder what's in there. It's like going on 13 years, if not longer. So, and I think that's why I keep seeing these entities pass through my house, but I want to figure out, I don't know, I got a lot more work to do. I will look for you, Steve and Mo. It went through it all, Holly. I will look for it and keep each one. Lord bless and keep each one. Thank you, Tanya. Tana, I pray in agreement with you, Tana, that he keeps us, and blesses us. And we worship, glorify, and praise you, Heavenly Abba. There's no one else we want. We want you. And we're glad that you're God and not any of these other things. In Yeshua's name I pray. We love you and thank you, Selah. Don't forget to eat. I won't. I want to make tacos. Yummy tacos. And I also have Alfredo sauce in there, and oh my God, it's so good. So all I have to do is cook noodles, and I can have noodles with Alfredo sauce. I won't forget to eat. All right, guys, I'll see you later.